filer when ready. Ms. Loney, you ready? We're on? Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Aransas County Navigation District 9 a.m. Monday, August 4th meeting 2025. I recognize a quorum and like to call the meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiances. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. We need a cheat sheet. I know if we're going to
Put it up on
we'll put it if we get displays. The right specs on here. Do we have any citizens to be heard? I don't see no citizens to be heard or files. We have scheduled a closed meeting. We're going to push that back to the end of the meeting. And Mr. Benham, I wish you would not do that anymore, please. I think it's a slap in the face to the public to not know when our meetings are going to start. And we'll start them at 9 a.m. Also, Ms. Vlasic is on her way and we'll miss that. So we're going to push that down behind 9. And we're going to also, unless Ms. Vlasic's here, move number 2 down. So, no, sir. You mentioned it, and I got it on Thursday afternoon. I saw no reason to bother Ms. Loney having to fix it at such a late time.
Mr. Chairman, perhaps the rest of us would like to know why there's a tug of war between you and the attorney who does usually take good care of us.
Well, he does a great job of taking care of us. His goal is stated goal was so that our other attorneys on other items and our consultants don't have to be here the whole time. And of course, 2 of our consultants need to be here the whole time because they're our PR people, is my opinion. And once again, I think it's a slap in the face to the public to not know when our meetings are going to start because closed meetings never have a definitive ending. So, would you like to say anything more, Mr. Bennett?
Yeah, I'm looking for the public who's concerned.
Nice work. Okay. Right there, bud.
Well,
Okay.
wait a minute, I'm not through.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. When the agenda comes out, the attorney has the option of wording, etc. And I think we should trust our attorney to be able to do that. We're paying for people to sit here until the end of the meeting, and sir, that's not a good use of our public funds.
Well, it depends on what we're discussing now, isn't it?
Well, it does, Tommy,
And
but
that's
also
your-
it appears that nobody gets to weigh in on this but you.
Well, the chairman.
And that's offensive.
The chairman sets the meeting. And when you're chairman, you can set it the way you want.
So it's Tommy's way or the highway?
Well, not necessarily.
I don't understand any differently.
Okay, very good. So we're gonna move.
Hang on.
We're gonna move number 1.
Hang on. I'd like to make the motion that we leave the agenda as is. Do I hear a second?
But that's closed meeting, it takes forever to get a closed meeting. What I'm saying is, close and then open. I thought it was open, then close. The meeting is closed, usually take like 3 hours, 2-3 hours. So I think open meeting for all these people to see what's going on, and then you go close meeting. That way they can go on to their own things.
Okay.
Now, we get paid to sit there and whatever it take to get it done.
Okay.
I'm
Understood.
not getting mad, I'm just laying it out for you guys just to see what's going on. I mean, I can see this closed meeting for years and years, and all of a sudden things change to the closed meeting and then open meeting.
The only logic in the open meeting, the closed meeting going up front is to keep the consultants who have driven down from Austin and other places from sitting around and waiting until the end of the meeting. If we're going to leave it at the end of the meeting, then they don't need to show up until the end of the meeting. Would that not be correct?
Well, they can go to the open meeting and then they get paid for it anyway.
Well, Tommy's getting his way today, so let's move forward.
I understand that. I'm not on anybody's side, but I'm saying is that if they want to get paid, they have to wait. It's just like me. I want to get paid, I want to wait to get paid.
Okay, move forward.
Motion falls.
Mr.
without
Chairman,
a second.
Jerry? Do I say it right or I say it wrong? You tell me, and I'll shut down.
Well,
No, I'm just asking.
I had proposed, and actually we had this same arrangement on some prior meetings, to have the closed meeting where you need the consultants and your outside attorneys present early at the meeting, and not only, as Jack said, to perhaps save some public money, but also as a courtesy to these consultants who come here and not expect them to sit through all the chaff of the meeting waiting to get their turn. But obviously it's up to y'all how you want to schedule the meeting.
Right. So then we can go ahead, I mean, to me is close or open to close don't matter to me, but I'm saying it's usually closed meeting, it take forever. Either way, it's gonna kill their time. Okay, if you go closed meeting right now, they can go outside or they can wait and let them know when is the open meeting. So the open meeting need to be like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Set the time for them so they can travel. Either way, they're gonna travel.
Well, let's just get started if we
I
can.
understand, yeah, I'm just trying to explain.
Talk about-
And I agree.
Yeah,
You're-
okay.
All right, we're gonna move one behind the closed meeting, at the end of the meeting. Deliberate and possible action, and that's Ms. Vlasic, she's asked for that to be, behind her. Update the status on the band shell reconstruction project. That's Mr. De Leon, what you got?
Yeah, as far as I understand, Mr. Pete over there is seeking partial funding from the tourist council, and I think that they are looking at getting a full funding as well for it. And the goal is to get the band shell up and running by the 100th celebration of the navigation district, so to get something going, so.
Which officially is December 14th.
Yeah. Is that all right, Mr. Pete?
Yes, sir. And in your packet, Martha, do you have the?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Janine to open the presentation.
We have a design that was approved by Honors Guide Storm Engineer from the University of Texas, referring to your favorite book. And the fact that they do have engineers at the University of Texas, despite what Mr. Bowman said. And it will obviously be concave, where this one is just flat. We couldn't do all of that right now, but it'll have it'll come up, and then whatever we want to do up front, we're gonna leave that to you guys about how much space and if you want it behind it.
Is that gonna be in the front or up against the now structure that's there now?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, and then that'll probably have to be taken out, or at least the center section, to be able to put in solid,
Yeah.
and it will be
foundation for
concave,
it.
and we could do the shell part as we get advanced.
Right.
So just that design will withstand hurricane force winds.
And this is just an early rendition of it. We'll get it a little bit more closer to our original, and certainly be bigger than that.
And once we
one.
have this, that we can start submitting for funding,
Sure,
which we'll do right away.
sure.
Anybody got any comments on that design so far?
Let's put some bubbles on that champagne.
I think there were.
That's the way it was before.
I think there were, absolutely.
Matter of fact, the police department used to have a patch. I remember when I was working, we had a drunk fish, they called it the drunk fish.
And it certainly doesn't have to be in black and white.
Yeah,
We'll do
put some color to it.
What material are you anticipating that shell would be built of? What material would the shell be built of?
That's gonna be a hybrid unit.
Okay, and so it can be shaped,
Yes, quite.
create the shape of a seashell,
Right.
the scout.
Any others?
I think it's great, thank you.
Yeah, pretty cool. And also, Jennifer Day with the Cultural Arts District has indicated with our artwork and the history going into it that she's pretty confident she can get us a little money to move forward. I don't know if she can get it with our short time frame, but that is an option. Okay. no action there. Consider impossible action on proposal to publish delinquent taxpayer's name in September 2025 as requested by Lineberger, Gogan, and Blair and Sampson LLP. Authorization for approval of ACND Resolution 2502. Ms. Loney,
The resolution is right in front of you, Jim, if you want, if you can just read it.
want to read it?
Yes, sir.
I'm great at this. Whereas a proposal has been made to publish in the newspaper of countywide circulation a list of names of no less than the top 200 individuals or businesses who own delinquent taxes to Aransas County taxing entities and who are not currently making payments under an install agreement in bankruptcy or have filed over 65 or disability deferral. And whereas the publication of delinquent taxpayer's name has resulted in a significant increase in the payment of delinquent taxes to the Aransas County Navigation District in the past, and whereas the Aransas County Tax Office and the law firm of Lineberger, Gogan, Blair, and Sampson LLP will, prior to the publication, take out at least 2 advertisements warning the targeted taxpayers that their names will be published in full if payment is not made or an installment payment agreement is not entered into. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Board of the Aransas County Navigation District does authorize the Aransas County Tax Office and the law firm of Lineberger, Gogan, Blair, and Sampson LLP to publish the names of no less than the top 200 individuals or businesses who owe taxes delinquent to the Aransas County taxing entities and who are not currently making payments pursuant to a payment agreement in bankruptcy or have filed an over 65 or disability deferral.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Roughly how many,
Pardon?
do you know roughly how many people we have?
It's the top 200, as
So, but there is 200.
assuming so. Yes.
Yeah, that's a pretty big list we see.
Make sure you guys are paid up.
I haven't paid mine.
Okay, entertain a motion.
I make a motion to have Lineberger, the attorney's office for the taxing companies, post the 200 most wanted in the newspaper for property tax owed.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Ms. Blassie, if you want to
Morning.
throw in, this is the delinquent taxes notification and advertisement.
Oh, I approve.
Okay, unanimous.
Make sure you're not
I
on.
think all the entities are doing that this
Yeah.
week, so it's
If we
Hey,
have somebody-
Jerry, what happens if an
It's
entity
happened
does
before.
not approve it? Just curious.
Well, they were publishing, entity by entity, I mean, you only approve your entity. So if the city, for example, did not approve it, they just won't have their approval on that list.
They just leave the entity off of it. Okay, just curious. All right.
I may have missed what your intent was. Did you really intend to move number 1 somewhere else?
Yeah, past, behind the closed meeting.
I guess I just didn't pick up on it. Okay, good deal.
I'll tell you what, since Ms. Vlasic is here, and are you prepared to address your item yet, or you want to move it back a little bit?
What item are we on?
Your 100th anniversary.
Oh, okay, yes, I can go ahead, I
You're
didn't
ready?
have a whole lot. Yes, Pete is here.
Okay.
Sorry I'm late,
Everybody good?
broken alarm clock.
Well, you look fabulous.
I didn't 30 minutes ago, I can guarantee you.
Okay, we'll go back to number 2, deliberate possible action to approve items associated, budget related to the ACND 100th anniversary celebration.
Okay,
Ms. Vlasic.
could I go first with just a brief introduction?
Because y'all have asked that it be a professional and well done, I've asked Mr. Paulo to present.
Okay, Judy has a few words first.
I'd like to say a few words. Yes, we are having, just as an update to everyone, we're having our first organizational meeting on Wednesday, and I have several people going to be there, particularly from the Historic Society and other people who can be very helpful. And first thing we're going to do is probably need this, within the next few days, need to search all of our visual items and select our photos and things like that. So that's gonna be our first order of business, so we can start getting all of our things prepared that we need to. And the other thing is, I did want to point out, you need to, if you have any thoughts on a potential sponsor, get those names to me ASAP, and really need to start putting those together also. And after we have the presentation, we just need to think about it, we'll need to approve a few things, but go ahead, sorry.
Absolutely. Good morning, commissioners. I've been working with Commissioner Blastic on some ideas for the 100th year celebration. And so we put together a quick presentation on some ideas that we've been discussing. All of this is, still in the workshop mode, so things can change. And again, Wednesday, there's going to be some discussions to finalize some ideas. You do have a copy of the presentation in your packet. There are a couple of minor changes versus what you see on the TV here, but I'll go through those and point those out for you. So the next slide, Janine. So basically, you guys are aware of the intent of the celebration, to celebrate the 100-year legacy, strengthen the community connection, increase awareness with the ACND's mission to educate on coastal stewardship, economic viability, and highlight the strengths in the community and everything that you guys do for this community. Also, want to make sure that key residents, businesses, and schools are included in this celebration. And then, this is just a good positioning for the future of the ACND as well. Next slide, please. So one of the ideas was doing an art contest. Do this with school kids, have them create a t-shirt or an image that can be placed on t-shirts, make it like an award system, and provide them a prize for whoever has the best design idea, and then put these on a t-shirt and have them included in the 100-year celebration. So that's one idea. Next slide.
We do this in a scholarship. Like for a scholarship or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely.
We can think about all those details later.
For sure.
Sure.
Yeah. We also have some commemorative items. We've talked to you before about challenge coins, which we actually brought some that I can pass around to give you the look and feel of what those are. We're still finalizing design ideas for these, but this is a temporary example of what it could be. We're still changing the whooping crane to make sure that it is the Rockport whooping crane and not a Japanese whooping crane. So these are all things our design team are still working on.
We're gonna have birding class afterwards, Marco.
Yeah,
Look at the blue crab out there.
I'm not a professional.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't put that crab on there.
Talking about the Japanese.
No, not the green crab.
Talking about the Japanese whooping cranes. It look like the blue crabs out there.
Thank you.
So these are example challenge coins that we've helped create for other entities. We've also thought about maybe doing some commemorative plaques, maybe a historical book, have those kind of materials ready for this grand celebration. Next slide. Also, plenty of merchandise ideas, cups, hats, shirts with ACND logos, approved logos through you. Again, we can do anything, koozies, stickers, decals, so on and so forth. Next slide. There's some venue options. The Maritime Museum doing a booth during the Seafair in October, if we wanted to do that. We can do storyboards in various locations as well. But venue logistics will be figured out as we progress in this search. Next slide. Of course, we'll make sure to do marketing and outreach, get this stuff on the Rockport pilot, social media campaign on it, really make sure that this is well marketed and well attended once we do have the event. Next slide, we did include the updated bandstand in this too, because the hope is to have this ready and done for the 100-year celebration. That'd be a great way to open and showcase this in Rockport. And then, of course, there's always room for additional ideas. A hot air balloon would be wild, but a lot of fun if we can pull that off.
Hold it down.
Pete knows
The
a guy.
wind.
Pete,
Yeah.
I'm sure, does know a guy for this. And then thank you cards, food trucks, all that kind of stuff. We need to figure out and determine the timeline. I was gonna ask if
Yeah.
anything final has come up since we've last discussed.
I want to discuss that on Wednesday, but my thinking now is that, excuse me, in December, we have an initial event, more like a reception, or maybe open up with our, if we're going to do that illustrated timeline or some of those things, and then that would be also a good opportunity to introduce, if we have our new executive director on board by then. And then aim for a large event, and this actually, Tommy had mentioned, that he said, we really don't have to do it all in December. This can be the start of the celebration, and then maybe in early April or early May, maybe have a big event, maybe a float your boat kind of event or something where we could do all kinds of stand-up paddleboard races, but that would be our big outdoor event, celebration kind of thing, and that would give us more time to plan it, and also the weather is warmer and more predictable, which is a big, so, thoughts from anyone?
The city does their Christmas on the Bay, I think the weekend after Thanksgiving, which would be a week before the official 14th. Maybe we should coincide that. We've got a lot of people gathered and kind of hold a full-blown
We
in
could do that.
conjunction with, if that.
Well, that's one of the reasons we're trying to get things together for the Seafair, is that
Right.
that's a lot, it's exposure to a lot of people during that weekend.
Maybe hopefully unveil the shell at that time too.
Yeah.
Something to think about. Yeah, I like the spring big event, full day of
Yeah.
fun and frolic and 100 years and all that. Why do they call it a challenge coin, and
Thank
what
you.
purpose does that play? And I will say that I have one from the Coast Guard, I've got one from a police department, and I've got another one from
I've
a
got tons of 'em.
nonprofit group.
I bet you do.
But just to kind of explain that.
The challenge coin is more something that you keep on your desk forever.
Why is it called challenge?
Cooperative.
But the original, and I'll bow to my military background, generally, they started in the military, where if I was in a unit, Dave was in a unit, and we're at a bar, then I throw my coin down. If he doesn't have one, he's buying. It's a lot more technical.
We need a lot of them.
But that, if you cut it all out, that's where it started, like 1,000 years ago.
Very good.
But it's straight market.
I
So
mean, we
that's
don't
what
have
the
to.
challenge is? If you can't produce one, you gotta buy?
That's right.
I like it.
We don't have to call it a challenge coin if you don't want to.
I just wondered what the.
I was curious too, I'm glad you
Like I said,
asked.
I have, they're cool.
Which means you'll be able to drink for a year or two.
Yeah. The ones,
Welcome to Rockport.
the ones I have, for being involved in doing things, for those organizations, and that's why I received them, so that's, good.
We've done them for TechStop, for road openings, and they're just nice things to have. They're $3.50, $4 each.
Nice.
We've done it for banks too, and it's just something that, I randomly have a bank one on my desk, and you see it, and then it's just easy marketing, and brand recognition, so. And then, back to the timeline, the early things that we'll need to decide are kind of the t-shirt contest, the announcement, when we officially wanna do that and proceed, but these are all things that we're
Right.
discussing with Commissioner Glassing, so.
Right, well, and that'll be, I'm hoping at Wednesday then that we will have some people, I'm thinking maybe the Arts Center or Jennifer Day or some of the arts people would coordinate some of those art kinds of things for us, but I haven't talked to her about it yet.
And are those, I call them gimmies, the marketing items, hats, cups, shirts, are those gonna be for sale? Is that the concept?
I think the thinking is yes, for the most part. Maybe koozies could be handouts, because those are fairly inexpensive.
Yeah,
I'm imagining a mix.
I'd say
You
it's-
know, there's
yeah.
gonna be some free merchandise, which is a marketing technique, and then, you know, probably some merchandise for purchase as well.
Seafair is the second week
Oh, I have that date
It's
somewhere.
October 2nd.
of October.
Yes, it is, the first week of October.
Is there gonna be any issues, assuming we come up with a budget and approval of those items, to have those available for our booth at Seafair?
I've been told informally that they will find it. It's going to be, the booth will be managed by the maritime group from the school, and they've been told, yes, they will find a space for them. So, and
Yeah.
that'll help be a fundraiser for them also.
So can we have?
And that's gonna be
something-
one component, is money, that the maritime program will be a beneficiary of whatever we make. So that way we,
So we're gonna sell some things and give some things away, and what we sell, the proceeds go to the Maritime Academy?
it's kind of the thinking right now.
Okay. We certainly should approve that, but I'm all for it, absolutely.
I mean, we'll have more details later. It's just, I wanna just update everyone, and also, we do need to get approval for some seed money to begin, because we'll start having some expenses fairly soon.
Oh, absolutely. We're gonna have
So-
to establish a budget to go, and
I think-
hopefully we can get that done today.
And we've started a preliminary budget, with some estimates as well. Unfortunately, it's not in your packet, but it is on the slide.
Yeah.
In short, we're estimating, I know, sorry. In short, we're estimating around 13,000 right now. But that includes everything so
Yeah.
far that we're thinking. And this will tighten as we proceed and thinking exactly what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Is the sales of these things gonna reimburse that amount, or it's out of pocket already?
No, I think we're gonna try to find funding sources as well.
We're gonna try to
through
find sponsors.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's the goal.
I mean, yes, the goal is to get reimbursed for our expenses, and then the profits will go, we won't keep the profits, but they'll go to the Maritime Museum or any other, if there are any other groups.
Yeah, and we can brainstorm that.
Sure. I mean, again, that'll be a detail that will come later.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking right now, we need seed money probably of $25,000 to get started. That seems a little high, but,
What do you anticipate over what is taken into the $13,000 budget?
well, I don't know yet. That's why I'm asking for that much, particularly if we get started on having this event in the spring, that could run into quite a bit of money. So,
Yeah, the event could definitely go into it if we do it right.
yeah,
I think we should look at this as a thank you, a marketing, this is what the district's been doing, this is where we're going, just a main PR event, and I'm going into it and voting on a budget that we're spending that much on that purpose, and y'all can look at it the way you want. Jack, you got anything?
You said Maritime Museum, did you mean Maritime Program? at
oh, I'm
school?
sorry, did I say museum? I meant
That's
the
okay.
program, yes.
I thought you did.
Maritime program at the school.
Long?
Well, my idea, is if you wanna raise a lot of money, most of them like to have a fishing tournament.
Certainly falls
That's-
under our
we could-
purview.
Wanna do that. So my thing has been, the idea I have been for quite a while. Most of the fishing tournament here is easy, simple, but the one I like to have is the mode dots in the redfish. If you put a price on that and your entry is legitimate for them to join us to fish for that, the most dots. So we said like 15 dots,
Oh, dots.
the dots. 15 dots for that redfish for $1,000 or $500.
For next
You
year.
can get a sponsor for that also. And that's gonna bring a lot of money come into that.
That's true.
Yeah, so
And
I've
we
been thinking about that for years, but I couldn't come up with.
Is there such a thing as a 15-dot
Or
redfish?
more,
Oh, yeah.
some of
Is
them
there?
have
Yeah.
a little dots.
We gotta mark a lot.
So if you think about that, and put it together,
Sure.
and then we can put that fishing tournament on that.
Well, and that could be run out of, say, out of Fulton, so we don't have anything.
So there'd be, you cannot go any further. It's gonna be like a guideline of where the fish
Sure.
can be fished. You can't go all over the place. And then if you get that kind of price, everybody gonna cheat. Okay, so there's a lot of fishing tournaments out there cheap.
Mhm.
So if we can get Texas Department of Wildlife or whoever can do the polygraph,
Yeah.
because of that money. So go back in the day when the first time when the Maritime Museum opened, when Susie Brox was involved in, they have a fishing tournament. They put a couple of fish out there for $1,000. Okay, so this man didn't buy the membership. He went out and he caught that fish. And guess what happened? They got him.
It's like the stars.
The same things as stars.
I heard the story about somebody, this was in the tournament, the big redfish tournament that who has it? That runs from Memorial Day to Labor
Oh, yeah,
Day.
the CCA?
Yeah, the CCA, and he caught one of the tagged redfish,
Yeah.
had not signed up for it, and then he called them to ask if they would pay for his psychotherapy.
So that's
was so
what the
distressed.
thing is to me that's the only, that fishing tournament
It's a possibility.
will be paid.
Yeah,
Now,
Okay.
okay, another thing is, if you like the way it going, and you can go that for every year, especially on the Labor Day weekend, there's no event at all, period. Look at it.
Yeah.
Labor Day weekend, there's nothing here, it's dead. So
We
if
used
you
to be
put
the
that on
Fiesta.
every year, put that,
Well, they got the Fiesta on.
Yes, little playa, baby.
come on,
You think we can get that together
We
in
can, we
2 months,
can.
60 days?
we can, I think we can.
All right, you heading it up?
Marketing and stuff.
And then if you like that, just say if you liked it, if you think we make that kind of money, put that price in. If no one catches that one, that money will go into the next year with it, make it bigger and bigger.
That's interesting.
The Labor Day tournament would be good, that's the best.
I think the Labor Day is the best holiday there is, because there's nothing at all, and the playa is too small. I've been searching around to see any holiday, the Labor Day is the only way to get those people
As
down.
long as the
here.
weather's good. You know how the weather's been every time.
We've been presented with some ideas, we've got some other ideas, I'd like to see us establish a budget. $25,000 is the start, and it can always be amended, but let's come up with our ideas and solidify them in the next regular meeting. And, let's tighten it up, that's a great idea, along, does that sound good to everybody?
That'd be
I
good
think so.
for Chairman Blaskett to
Uh,
handle that.
yes, I'm not gonna do the fishing tournament, because I don't have any experience doing that, but,
Yeah, just support me, that's it. That's all I'm asking for, just to
okay,
support me.
no, that's fine. I mean, I was thinking if we do the float your boat weekend, we could do things like, stand-up paddleboard races, kayak races, that kind of thing in the Little Bay area. And just build your boat race or something.
Well, we don't wanna copy the seafaring.
No. Well, I don't think those
They
two
don't have
items.
paddleboard races, or kayaks.
Yeah.
Well, let's put that together, would anybody like to entertain a motion for a budget and, continued work? I
Is that
assume we need
is
to
that something
start
we can put in right now?
on these
Jerry?
gimmies and the like.
I was, repeat the question, Mark.
I said, do you think we can, do the approved budget right now on this one line item, since
Approved startup money,
it's
basically.
not stated on the line item that,
It is stated.
And he's talking about it in the budget.
no, I'm talking
Oh,
about
we
the
talked-
deliberate
oh, yeah.
budget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, answer the question.
You said associated budget, we hadn't told us about the associated budget, you're
Well-
gonna tell us what you're looking at.
Perhaps budget is the wrong word, but it would be basically money to, startup money or seed money to get going on this.
But the question is whether or not you need a budget amendment in order to do that. Do you have money allocated already in your present budget for, PR?
PR.
Something like that that would cover that? Do we know?
You've been working on that, do you
I-
have any recollection of the
I don't.
existing situation?
But that's easy enough to fix by the next meeting.
Okay.
Let's just, let me say this, I'll look and see if there is money that can be labeled, but, or that already is labeled public relations or something along those lines, and that can be used. If not, we bring back a budget amendment
Okay.
at the Monday meeting
That sounds good.
on the 18th.
Okay,
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think I hear Jack's solution there, and I agree with that. You could allocate up to $25,000 within your current budget. And then at the next meeting, if you need to make a budget amendment to expand up to that amount, you could do that. So that would be the motion, to allocate out of the current budget, up to $25,000 for this project.
And the reason I would like to get it done today is because we need to get started on the gimmies, because Seafair is gonna be a great kickoff for that type of thing. So if we can get all that done by then.
Then I'll make the motion that we allocate up to $25,000 for public relations to support this out of the current budget. And then if we have an issue with that, I come back on the 18th and say,
Right.
we'll fund it with.
that sounds good. I'll second
So-
that.
Hold on,
Okay, so.
hold on.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'll have a suggested additional motion after that, but if you act on that one, then I think we need to set a motion regarding to authority, for Commissioner Glassick working with the executive director to expend those funds.
Okay, maybe we can kill it all in one motion if this works. I would like to, do we amend the motion to establish Commissioner Vlasic as the chairman of the 100th year celebration for the ACND and establish a budget of $25,000 to get started on the things that we need for this? And then we'll have CDP come back to us with the list.
Does that work, Jerry?
With a possible amendment.
I think what's missing there is that word authorize. I think you need to delegate or authorize.
Fair enough.
The chairman of that committee to expend those funds in cooperation or collaboration with the executive director within this project we've already described.
Let me restate my motion with that part of it in there then. I move that we approve Chairman Vlasic to be the head of the Celebration Committee 100-year anniversary, and that we established a $25,000 budget item and have her authority to expend those funds to accomplish that goal.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good job, y'all.
Boof.
Okay.
Okay, get a lot of
You
stuff in
gonna,
there.
you gonna take it back?
Wait a minute.
I challenge you, sir.
After he making fun of, what do you call that, Japanese whooping cream? And he gonna take it back?
I know.
Right here.
Just a joke, man.
I think that one's missing the cap.
Okay. Number 5, consider impossible action to approve acceptance of a donation of pre-stressed 12-inch concrete pilings for placement as erosion control bulkheads located on Little Bay. Probably 4 or 5 months ago, Charlie Belair, who's been working with the Basses, found out that they had not designed these precast pilings correctly, and they needed something to do with them. They've offered to donate them, and Charlie has come up with some ideas which look good to me. And with that, I will give the floor to Mr. Belair. Way to go.
Screen. Did y'all all get a copy of the email about the pilings?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We worked for the Bass family for several decades and helped them get permits to update their harbor in Rockport. And as part of that, they had pilings constructed, 1,700 feet of pilings 12 by 12 inch, biggest 72 feet long, the smallest 47 feet long. And they paid $205,000 for them. And it was determined that they were not engineered properly. And my main contact for several years asked me if we had a use, I could think of a use or find a use for them here in Rockport, because the San Jose folks have been very generous to Rockport and have made several contributions for different things. And so I did, as Tommy mentioned, I talked to him. At the time, it wasn't obvious that those pilings could be used, but we got together, Tommy and I got together. I didn't get an ultimatum, but I did get another inquiry from the San Jose Island folks. Say, you know, what are you going to need them or not going to need them? Please let us know, because they're sitting in the contractor's yard, and they're going to either be disposed of. We'll find somebody else who could take them, and so Tommy and I took a walk down the south shoreline of Little Bay last week and looked, and the erosion that has occurred there is quite significant. The cultural arts, sculptures, Steve Russell sculptures, the erosion has gone up under the concrete about 3 feet since they were put in 2024. And the maintenance building, if you, do the pictures make it? Janine?
I've just got them.
Yeah, I apologize on that.
Well, I sent them to, but do you have them in your packet?
I did
Yes, sir.
text it.
Okay,
Oh, good.
yeah. The maintenance building, the erosion probably from, most of it from Tropical Storm Alberto last year. The erosion has caused the ground adjacent to that building. There used to be about a 20-foot, 25-foot buffer of land between Little Bay shoreline and that building. Now that buffer's only down to about 6 or 7 feet.
It's less than that.
It's
About
critical.
3 feet, the closest it's eroded is about 3 feet from it, and I sent that to
Yeah.
Dina.
There's
That's the last picture in here.
Yeah, that's the front, but yeah, it's right there. And we had authorized Keith, or asked Keith to get to the bottom of that and get that protected.
Well, here's
Well-
what's left of what was there before.
Exactly.
I got this with the hurricane season on us, and tropical storms very likely to cause our tides to come up, and possibly some very strong winds and erosion. The cultural arts, sculptures, and the building, or what we saw last week, are the two most critical points. But the remainder of the shoreline, the Morales sculpture and the benches and all the activities that occur there, if another storm, and remember, Alberto was 200 miles from us, but the tides came up. We had plus 4.5 tides. So I got bid to see if the commission was interested in pursuing these pilings. They're square, and they can be placed stacked, and a plan could be made to put them to good use and be attractive and keep the shoreline where people could have steps down to the beach and use the beach the way they are now. But I got a price from the fabricator in Houston to bring the pilings down here, and that price is in the packet is $16,200 to get them here. And unfortunately, he doesn't have the capability of offloading them and just stacking them, so you could decide what to do with them now or in the future. He said they would need to be taken off by someone else. And I got a price from Derrick Construction to take the pilings off the trailers. They could be scheduled and delivered to put them on the south shoreline of Little Bay, within the next few weeks. If a plan, we could come up with a plan to put them there before tropical storms come, hopefully. But Derek's cost to take the pilings off the trucks as they come from Houston and place them where the plan shows they should go and where it's staked, the price would be, his is $17,800 so the whole cost, would be, you're talking about in the range of $35,000-$40,000 with coming up with a plan to use them. So, if, what
So
you're
there's
being
8 of them?
asked to consider,
There's 8 of them?
pardon me?
1,700 feet.
Yeah, I understand that, but he's got this here,
Yeah,
and he's
Look
got
at
It says
one,
30.
It says how many there are.
he says one, quantity 5, and the other one says quantity 1 and quantity 2.
It
there's
says
30 of them,
30 pilings ranging length
yeah.
from 47 feet to 72 feet.
The numbers are under the
Oh, gotcha.
description.
Those are, the quantities are truck trips. When you see the 1, 2, and 4,
Those are truck trips?
truck trips, uh-huh.
Okay.
My bad, thank you.
It is deep.
I have 2 questions. Are we ready for questions? Are there any environmental entities that need to approve of this to place them, which is now in the water or the shoreline?
Good question. The Corps of Engineers has a nationwide permit 13, authorizes shoreline stabilization under certain conditions. And one condition is that the total length be less than 500 feet. And another condition is that without notifying the Corps, you must put the material above the mean high water line. It can't be what they call a Section 10 permit. So the plan that I think would be effective for tropical storms this year and in the future would be to place the pilings, stack them in selected locations where they be well above the mean high water line. And so answer your question is that's the only one that I am aware of.
Okay, that begs another question. There's 1,772 linear feet of pilings here, and you can't place them at 500 in a particular area. Could you move down 1,000 feet or whatever and put more?
Yes,
Can we move 5
and that would
feet?
be a separate and
You can
Maybe
move
5
back-
feet.
Well, I meant, just,
yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to find out that we take something that looks like it's going to be beneficial, and then we find that we can't make use of it.
Oh, you can definitely make a use of it. Each erode, like where the building is, where the maintenance building is, that can be considered a separate and complete project. So you could have, that's less than 500 feet. It would probably only be 30 or 40 feet. So, but you would be under you can plan it to be under 500 feet for each place you want to put them.
Do they need to approve the plan before you place them?
No.
That's the point, you don't need.
Not if we listen.
Now, that would be
Okay.
you could decide to submit plans to the Corps of Engineers and let them know that, you want them to approve them.
Okay.
That's gonna take a long time.
One other question that Long
Yes.
pointed out, 5
A
years from now.
long time.
Long pointed out that the company is not responsible for any pilings that crack or break. Can we answer, do you know the answer to the question is they were not engineered properly? What does that mean?
That's what I've been told by the San Jose Island
So,
folks.
So what was the non-engineered correcting issue?
I don't know.
so this is more of a sample for us, right? Can we see the products before you start jumping
We could,
into the hole?
it's up in Houston. He could
Is
send
there
us
any other
pictures.
ways around that we can see, or they just trying to?
Can the
try it out
contractor
and
send
trying
us
to give
pictures?
It's a penny, it's guineas.
Cause we may be getting pieces of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Cracked.
yeah, they're all
pieces,
intact.
Wires sticking out.
Yeah,
So
That's
another
what they're
thing
worried
is,
about.
another thing is, we're gonna buy whatever that 1,700 feet, whatever that is. Okay, so then you have on the bottom, it say, not including the quote. And all these linear things right here are gonna add up more than what those piling gonna cost. Because this, do not include in the PE, the drawing, the seal, and then do not, what you call that, testing laboratory. All the details coming in. What are we getting? We're getting the piling and
Well,
then,
those pilings were designed, apparently faultily, but they were designed to be vertically placed.
understand that.
Okay.
We have in mind just to place them horizontally.
But the hardware is the one that's gonna cost us, don't we?
The what?
The hardware, the one that's not included in the quote.
Hardware.
Yeah.
There's, they weigh 10,000 pounds each. And when you put them in place, if they're properly placed, there's nothing, no hardware is gonna be necessary. You
Well,
just,
it said on the bottom, said not included in the quote. So loose item including like, bearing pad, mat, shrimp, strap, dowels, rods, grouts, wood, water stop, coating, paints, ceilings, all that stuff right in here.
As
I
I
don't
read
think
this,
any of that would be necessary.
The design specs are in that, epoxy coated rebar, and
I
there's
understand
a
that.
few things, there may be some stuff missing on it, the question is, will they hold up, can we use them? Once again, we're paying to move them, okay, that's what we're paying for. I was talking to the GLO, and we were talking about the Fulton Beach Road Protection Project, and he was talking about revetment. I asked him, what is the rule of thumb cost for revetment, which is the big boulders to protect the shoreline? And it's about $3,000 a foot finished, okay? So you're looking at that. One of the things, there's a development trend for a bulkhead to be put behind the marsh. Only bulkheading the high ground, and then you still have the existing marsh out in front of you. And so that's kind of the way, when Charlie and I, because I said, Charlie, it's gonna be ugly, and then we started talking about, and functionally. And so I've kind of come up with this drawing here, and this is the high ground, this is the existing erosion, the beach goes down, and then we hit the water. The concept is, and the way that they've done it, it'll be, inset a little bit, and then come up as high as you need to be. You could probably address how they would be, I would think they need to be pinned so that they didn't jostle and or dead man
So they're gonna drive, that,
to hold them back.
so they're gonna drive that 28 feet into the earth?
Say that again?
So those piling gonna drive down 28 feet into the earth?
They're gonna be laid down.
Lay side,
On the
They're-
side.
they're laid on the side?
They're gonna be laid down.
Be laid down horizontally.
they were built to be pilots. We're gonna lay
They're
down.
not going in the ground. They were meant to go in the ground, but they're not gonna go in the ground. They're stack them to each other.
So you're gonna stair step it all the way down
Right,
to
and
the
then, and on these access points, which is what's eroding, and it's because of the foot traffic, on these access points, you can always put one to be a step down.
May I ask a question along those lines?
Of course.
I thought, and maybe this is still the same scenario, I remember you talking about pilings that the Bass family owned or were going to own, and they were going to give them to you. Now it appears that we're dealing directly with FlexCore and not the Bass family.
They're paid for.
To have
Well-
them transported here.
Yeah,
Bass family's gonna,
They're paid.
They're paid for.
We're having paid
$205,000.
to deliver them.
The pilings are paid for, we're paying to get them here. I spoke with Janine and Charles Potter about placing them out here, by the annex, until we figure out every place we can use them. We could certainly use them along Fulton Beach Road in Little Bay, to help out the city on some of those other places where they're having trouble. But that's the deal, these things are designed, they're built, and they did not meet their spec, and they had to pay for them because they spec, right?
Correct.
They being the best.
I know Jerry's biting at the bit, so let's hear from him. My concern is this, is that we really need something in writing that says that they're paid for and the Bass family's giving us that in order for us to take advantage of it, so we don't get a bill or a surprise later on. Would it be not?
I have another question too, is,
Right, he's down, Mr. B.
the, what?
Listen
Oh.
up here.
The question, I would have the question is right there, for example, show the picture of the statue where
Just that you.
the Russell bronze statues over
It's
there.
about right there.
That historic icon that only Rockport
Yeah.
It's about right there. See that?
No, I said, pull the picture up, honey, so we can see the shoreline.
This is Google icon.
The picture you had earlier.
There.
This one?
That one, there you go. Well, that's the office. I got it.
Okay.
I just want to show it up here. Okay, so if you was to put the pilings down and lay down, say for instance where that log is or whatever the heck that is, that piece of item right there by the cone. No, the other one. Back your way.
Yeah.
Okay, right there.
Yeah.
So if you're to put them there, then you have to fill in the rest of the spot, right? So it would be a cost for that also, to fill it in, or you just gonna put them?
the whole shoreline where it's eroding, you can see where it goes. One way or the other, it's gotta be done, it's gotta be done.
No, I'm asking you, the question is, it's gonna cost us materials to fill that part in too, so it's
Sure.
just not giving it.
Yeah, this is,
So there's a cost to it,
not a cure-all.
but we don't have a budget for that set up.
Well, I don't think that'd be hard. We got it, that has to be fixed. We need to find the money to do it.
Well, no, it should have been put on our budget the last time, but we weren't told that, correct? So we got budget coming up, right? We can include all that stuff in there?
I estimate in our budget for maintenance of assets, there are 12, maybe less, and only 2 have, expenditures in them. The rest of them are 0 at this point for our items. That are maintenance of assets is the way it reads in the budget.
How many dollars?
Say again?
How many dollars?
I don't remember. But that's.
I'm
what
all
we get.
for it, but I'm just trying to explain to y'all that the money, it's either there or not there. That's what I wanna know. So, I mean, we can put them and hold them there, but wouldn't it be easier to get them off the trucks and set them already rather than pay it twice?
Absolutely.
Very possible.
In fact-
Especially in the key places where it needs to
Right.
be done. Come up with your little bank deal again.
The
please.
other thing I would suggest is maybe talking to the county, maybe they have a machine that they can get them off of there at no cost for us.
Well,
Possibly.
isn't Derek Construction
But
being paid to unload them?
Yeah, they're gonna get paid,
$16,000-$17,000.
To unload them and place them, $17,800.
so.
Offload them and place
just
them where they
offload.
go.
Okay, Charlie, I want to hear you say this completely this way. They're going to place them where they need to stay,
Yes,
in place.
yes,
So, okay, we're saying the same thing.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Some will go in place, some will be.
Well, yeah,
stacked.
we don't need 1,700
Right,
feet right now.
right.
Well,
The
there's no
places
plan
that are
yet,
key
that's
right
precise.
now are, and Charlie, correct me if I'm wrong, right here in front of the statue.
Right.
This has rocks, okay? This area right here that's highly utilized, that is eroding rapidly. If you look, there's 2 locations where you still have seagrasses. And, Jeff Hunt, the Maritime Academy have gotten a grant to put in erosion control. And one thing that we did, and we saw how it worked up, a little up further, up Little Bay, we could put in some of those, silt fences and hopefully establish seagrass in front of it or spark
Smooth
pine. in
park
front of
grass,
it. But the main locations will be here, here, and along here, and the statue. And we probably will kind of do this particular, there's only, where the foot traffic goes, and it can just be minimal, as Charlie and I discussed, and he had some good examples, really makes a difference to the erosion.
But you think 12-inch, that's wide enough to stair step? The 12-inch?
It could be just two steps and still protect the shoreline. They'll put right up at the, can you just show the bluff again?
Once again, your option is to lay down cloth and put in a bunch of rocks, and that's not as good an access.
I just have one more question that I consider important, so go ahead, Charlie.
You could have a step at the top of the land, another step, and another, they're only a foot wide.
It's only a foot wide,
Foot
so that
square.
would.
So, 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, so there, you could have the 3 steps going down from the high ground
So-
to where the beach.
And I don't see us doing that here, this area is not really utilized, I see us putting that out a little bit further and then backfilling it
Yeah, but as an example,
get a
Right.
buffer, but where we really need the access is, to the, south and to the west of this particular site. Your question,
I have a question.
Jack's up?
Well, sorry, I think it's a great idea. I wanna understand though, if we agree to take 1,772 linear feet, and we don't need, as they're placed, that, where are we gonna put it?
We could put them at Cove Harbor.
Jack, Charlie told me that the plans he has won't leave up all of it. Is that right?
I would be
Because of the
amazed,
layering?
yes, I would
Oh,
be
I wanna hear.
amazed if you don't use all of it. There's no plan, I mean, there's no reason to do a plan until you approve something, some action. But just from looking at it and coming up with a conceptual plan, using 1,772 feet along the south shore of Little Bay, not linearly, but some of them would be stacked. You know, it would be less than 500 feet in length, actually,
Understood.
to comply with the
So what I worry
according-
is the things that I see, throughout the years, the short stack. When the pressure, when the rain coming in and push the dirt over, and it gonna keep moving toward the bay,
What is
those piling.
That
It's
way
anything to hold it though.
that way 10,000
It's anything,
pounds apiece.
it didn't matter. The water will move piece of concrete in miles and miles away. But if you can get something to hold it from moving around, like,
Yeah.
we don't want to come back and spend more money. Hey, we forgot about this. That's not gonna happen.
It should be pretty easy in my mind, I have got you, it should be pretty easy in my mind to put in dead man, lay the block, first block,
Right.
dead man, inject it, anchor it, and then lay the second block.
If you can do that, it'd be good. That's all I'm worried about.
That's
Because,
what I envision for what it's
because it's
worth.
short stack, short 12 inch. It's not like,
I don't have a problem with it.
Judy?
Go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, looking at this photo here, where is the mean high tide line, do you know? So we have plenty of room to get those in? It's about in there, okay.
Oh, it's past that low?
That's why I'm saying this.
Okay,
Yeah,
so there is
it's gonna be-
certainly in that place where it's plenty
Mean
of
high
room to
tide
do
line
that.
is about where the water is today. It's very,
Gotcha.
it's way out there. We got plenty of room to
Okay.
stay above.
The other question is, if we're going to planning on putting these in areas that have high use by the public, is there a chance that they're going to get slimy and slippery?
that's gonna happen.
More often than not, they're
Yes.
out of the water.
Yeah, they're out of the water all but 4 weeks of the year, at least the way.
And you didn't see the diagram.
I did see it,
You
yes,
did see it.
I did, yes.
Mr. Russell looks to me like, from time to time in this conversation, you really wanted to say something. Am I wrong?
No, yeah,
And by the way, Mr. Russell utilizes materials from other places in his art and his structure more than anybody I've ever seen. In fact, I always call him when there's something big that needs to be disappeared.
Why don't you let him talk?
Just physically having them there without doing anything is gonna be a vast improvement over what's here as far as stopping. It's a barrier.
Right.
Let it fall down, let it do whatever it wants to, they're there. And, the wave action and of, weather patterns that would erode the thing. If you just stack, the loose limestone and all that sort of thing, you're not dead manning, you're not doing anything, you just stack it, it's very expensive. And so it's, something that's there right now as a quick fix seems to be a no-brainer to me.
And
Thank
once
you.
again, this is gonna be up high, all along, and the only time it's gonna get stressed is in high tide events. So it's not an everyday thing.
yeah. They would rarely be inundated.
Okay.
The
I
slime
just-
question,
What prompted me to think that is knowing that our boat, particularly in times when we have really low tides, boat ramps get very slick and slippery because of the moss
Well,
and
that's
stuff that
a,
goes
That's
on.
nature.
yeah, the nature of salt water, when it get dried up.
Yeah.
The green thing, that's a salt water for you.
yeah.
Mr. Bennett?
Mr. Chairman, would a good procedure here would be to request Charlie to bring at the next meeting, which is about 2 weeks away, a more complete design of where these will go. Y'all could approve it so you can move on. But
Yeah, but the problem, Jerry, is that these pilots need to come. And then we get them here, then he can produce the plans as to where they go to.
The thing though is, that under the bid that Charlie has, your contractor to take them off the trucks and put in place is based on that concept. So we move twice, they're gonna come on the truck, they're gonna be picked up by the contractor and put in place. So we need to design before the trucks come here.
Right.
There needs to be a plan
Better hurry
in
up.
place before the trucks leave Houston.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
can coordinate with Derek so they can have a.
Well, not necessarily Derek, and maybe the county. Let's look at the county offloading, save us some money.
Not 72 foot long, I don't think the county have enough.
Does the county have that kind of
But
plan
No,
you're talking
I
about?
don't.
There are two
Is it
options.
cranes?
Do something to respond to the upcoming tropical storm season or not. And Alberto came in June, and the damage that was done along the shoreline at the steep sculptures and elsewhere was significant. And the storm was 200 miles away. But that's your decision. If you don't want to respond to this year's tropical storm season, then go slow. Well, I don't know, the basses are not.
They're not gonna hold it.
Excuse me, they're at the point where they gotta do something.
Yeah.
This company's keeping them in their yard, they're in the way, they gotta do something.
So they need to be brought down here ASAP is what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah, and put
They
in
put in
place,
place, okay,
unless you want to go to later on.
Yeah.
Put them in place.
right.
Well, here's,
Well, you already got an idea of where they need to go, so I don't know why we need a plan for this. Just put,
Well, Derek definitely needs.
Derek's gotta know where it's gonna
There's
go.
some flags out there, yellow. Yeah, they definitely
And
need to.
you,
I-
but I understand,
Whoa, let's go in turn. Jack?
I would say this, I've known Charlie for 30 years. If Charlie's got a plan as to how they need to be placed, that's the guy that needs to do it. Derek Construction's been friends and customers of mine at Charter Bank for years and years and years. Those people know how to do it. That's the best there is, and I wouldn't, Martin, I wouldn't try to mess with the county. They don't have the equipment to move that kind of stuff.
that's probably true.
But, and mobilizing that is kind of like mobilizing us.
Do we take bids outside?
I think it's a good deal. Now, I'm satisfied I got my questions answered. I was concerned that I didn't understand pilings, and the first important thing is they're concrete, they're not creosote, which is, kind of was a question when this was first brought up.
And there was a question about who owns the pilings, the basses own the pilings. And the company that built them wants them to get out of their yard. They want the
course.
pilings gone.
And I
it's
understand
been
that.
months.
Back to my other comment about, couldn't we get something from either FlexCore or the Bass family that is a release? That had been paid for, and we don't get something unusual?
there's a term and
Whatever you
conditions.
need legally,
Yeah, I've read that.
Did you read it?
Yes.
Jay, read it?
I didn't see this.
The terms and conditions?
I think the question is, do we need a release from the Bass family or some proof that the piling's been paid for? I'm not sure I understand what.
That is correct, sir. So that we know we're getting something, that there isn't any other cost other than moving it here.
And placing it. Keep that in mind.
Well, and placing it, I understand that. Martin, it's kind of like a used car warranty on a car. If you leave the parking lot and it breaks in half, both
yours.
halves are yours.
It's yours.
Okay, so if you want, if the way it sounds like y'all want it now, right? As
We
soon
have to do
as
it.
possible, right?
It has to be.
Right, so
We
you
need to
have,
get it now, it's use it or lose it.
right, I understand that. You got Seafair in October. You got Labor Day on September, whatever that is, fifth, whatever that fifth. You really want to bring all the equipment down there and jam everything down? Or you want to delay in like
Be
a
set up
few
next
more
week.
weeks?
It could also be laid in on the beach side of the annex.
But I mean, the way that everybody talking about, they're gonna unload it and set it right away to save the money.
Mhm.
We don't want to stack them up and then, hey, let's move it again.
Derek said it would take 3 days max.
There you go.
To set it.
Derek said it would take
To set
3
it,
days
just to set it,
maximum.
but plan
Let's
to-
get it.
As the trucks come, It'll be done in 3 days.
I
Well,
understand that, but is that a plan already to set, or just get there and set it
Show
to
me
go?
the annex.
well, we would have to have a plan before
Yeah,
they come, start
Right here
moving
is
trucks.
where staff has said it would be good to put them in the setup. And then, of course, they'll need room to get them.
So,
This has to be done ASAP, no matter what, so.
Well, that building is,
so then
I don't
you
think we
have
have
a
room there.
developed plan for this? Develop a plan for this?
and
to-
have
so
a
we can
plan
see?
within a week.
Good,
Yeah.
okay.
Is that a motion?
Jerry had a question first, David?
Yeah, in response to that question, I would recommend that we'll put together a very brief, one or two paragraph little agreement, which they will need as well as we, in which, we will agree to accept their donation of this material in return. Obviously, we're gonna need to, they will expect us to assume all responsibility for transporting it. And you say, once it leaves their yard, once it's on that track, it's our track. So they will expect all responsibility to be on us from that point forward. So it'll help both sides.
That's perfect, Jerry.
We're gonna
Good.
raise some
Good.
little agreement to that effect.
Did you have,
So
I was just gonna say,
your motion would need to be.
San Jose Cattle, sorry. San Jose Cattle Company is the entity that owns it.
So your first step will need to be to accept, the donation of the material.
Right.
So all this gonna
Charlie
be,
has the name of the company that's coming from.
I just wanted to say, if some of you have a concern about where those would be if they need to be put in a lay-down yard kind of area, we do have in Cove Harbor in the south end, remember there's a very small strip of land that's being unused, where we have put, in the past, we have had oyster shells there. Now, that would be less than ideal, it'd be better to just put them all in place, but that's available.
it'd be expensive to move.
yeah.
More
Yeah.
travel time.
We'll move it twice.
I'm just saying that if we need that.
But the problem here is, if you don't go ahead and get the design finished and put them all in place now, then you just have the expense of storing them, the risk of it.
Sure.
Somebody turn on them, put a claim on them, and then you gotta pay somebody to pick them up and move them again.
I understand that would be a less than ideal situation, but there seemed to be concern here about what we would do with them if we don't use them, and I'm just saying that's an alternative place.
But Charlie's saying that his design will use up all of them.
That's good.
And we'll just see how quick, we'll talk about that. Now, once again, it's 16,000 and change to get them here, then we've got additional expense to place them. And y'all realize that, right?
Yes, sir.
And the backfill?
So again.
And the
that's
backfill.
different.
That's not on the table
It's
yet.
additional, yeah.
It's not complicated by doing that. We want the concrete, we want to be able to place them, get it done. Charlie, you're gonna design it within a week. I know you say San Jose Cattle Company owns it, but the agreement to purchase them or to get them here and release is with FlexCorp.
Correct.
So the motion that I'm going to make is to accept them from FlexCorp based upon your plan design and a release from FlexCorp for anything that would happen after we take possession of it.
They're gonna want a release from us.
Yes,
For anything that will happen after.
that's what I'm trying to say.
And we want an acknowledgement from them that they have full title and,
Which
legal
they don't.
authority to transfer.
We'll have to have, they don't have title in the passes. The San Jose Cattle Company has title.
Well,
There
then,
was a title.
that need to be, if ownership is vested in them, then we need that much of a release from San Jose Cattle Company. They're not gonna be responsible for anything.
So now one more thing for me is, if you can get that engineer to lift that 27 feet span and the 12 inch, you know what I'm talking about? Is that a 3-point lift or the 4-point lifting? Because when you lift it, you're gonna bend, you're gonna break, that's where our responsibility is, or whoever got the crane. So if you can get the engineer to give us the lift points, that'll be perfect.
Well, Derek,
One option about that is if you're using Garrett Construction,
also have an engineer to guide them to the lift points of that 27 feet long span of a 12 inch by 27. That pretty flexible piece of.
They're very objective.
Charlie will be the engineer on that.
You got it. I'll call you. I'll talk to you. Call me. I mean, then we'll get together. I'm okay with that.
And the Derek's placement, you'll be in your motion?
You're not a professional engineer?
No.
Well, thank you, Jared. You can tell me all these years.
No, he went to UT. That's what happened.
No, if you
I got
want,
from him. I got that joke from him.
if you're going to respond, and I've designed hundreds and hundreds of projects, but if, and sometimes 5 out of 1,000, anyway, have to get a registered engineer to approve it. If you're gonna respond to this season, tropical storm, to go through the process, I can come up with a conceptual design next week. All right, to get an engineer to review it, come up with specific plans, do all the evaluations you're talking about, that's gonna take a lot of time. I don't know if David, how long do you think something like that would take?
It would take a good 90 days or more, but
You'd take core samples and all that, but as Steve said, something,
it's not worth it and it's not required.
Yeah, that's the big deal. It's not
Yeah.
worth it, so it requires.
That's some very important language, thank you, dude. Okay, may I make my motion?
Give her a go.
Okay. I move that we accept the donation from the Bass Family San Jose Cattle Company, that we take possession of these flex core design concrete bollards, if that's the correct language.
piling.
And that we empower our attorney to design a release that satisfies us and FlexCore, these to be delivered and placed in a design that Charlie Belair makes available within the next week.
Well, the placement would be by Derek Construction.
Understood?
Oh, okay,
I covered that.
oh, okay,
You're just gonna design where they're gonna go. Derek Construction's
Yeah.
gonna put it there.
right.
That's my motion.
Sounds good, I'll second that.
For clarification, your motion does not include authorization for the expenditures, you know, like, as a next step.
Yes, because Tommy said he thought there were places they could be grabbed from, so I didn't include that in the motion. Are you wanting me to?
Yeah, we gotta spend 17,000
It's a
or
lot of
less
money.
to get them here.
30-something, over.
Getting and placing.
We were gonna do that, amend it, but just getting them here is just under 17 grand.
From where?
What do you take it in 2 steps, make it something, you got a motion to accept them, next, you not understand the next motion's gonna be to fund the project.
Yes, sir.
And by accepting them, we're gonna have to spend 17 grand.
Well,
And the
again,
placement.
let's make, my motion is as follows. We accept the donation of these concrete pillars, which was what they were designed as,
Right.
from FlexCore, pay for their delivery here, have Derek Construction do the offloading. Jerry will design a release that satisfies FlexCore and us, and then Tommy Moore will, cover where in the budget the funds will come from. That's the second portion of this. Is that adequate? Okay.
But you left out San Jose Cattle Company?
No. The release gets actually approval from San Jose Cattle Company as represented to us. They are the owner. What you have here is FlexCore needs permission to get them somewhere. They'll get that from our motion and San Jose Cattle Company. If San Jose hadn't paid for it, FlexCore's not gonna let us have it.
Okay.
And there needs to be an agreement with Derek for placing them.
Yes?
We'll hit that in the next meeting,
Oh,
because we'll have more information and, to spring from and the additional budget amount.
Okay.
Right, folks?
How soon do you think this will happen?
Arrive in a couple of weeks.
if you wait till the next meeting,
That's on placement.
Replacement.
Well, but they have to go to, the
go
delivery and the
together.
placement have to go together,
Deliver and place.
same time.
Yes.
Right.
So that's another 2 weeks.
So should we budget up more money? Another 10 or 15 grand?
Well, for Derek's price was 17,000.
Oh, you have another, you
Yeah.
have prices.
Yeah,
We have
Okay.
that price, yes.
So we're at 35 approximately? Okay,
yeah.
I just didn't state the dollar amount.
yeah.
You said you find spots in the budget to
Yeah.
cover it, so I'm happy with that.
Let's say with a $40,000 budget, we'll hit it again if we need to. That'll be it. So the motion is to accept the donation and budget the $40,000 to get them here and place them.
With our attorney drawing appropriate releases for each party.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Good work. So let's see if we can get back to the bottom of all this.
Anything else?
Okay.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank
Good
you.
work, Charlie.
Thank you.
I'll get back up there, Charlie. Deliberate possible action, the approval of native plant landscaping for the Morales statue on Little Bay. We had talked a little bit about this and citizens to be heard, and, Charlie has some input on it. Get some
Yeah, after I did the citizens to be heard last meeting, and I told you about Susanna Morales, she's here, wanted to have a habitat similar to what we put in at Steve's Sculptures. And so we, last week I got with Master Naturalist folks, and Susanna came by, and we came up with a conceptual plan to do something very similar to what's at Steve's site. To, did I get that to you in time, Janine?
If y'all haven't gone by there and looked at the way that vegetation has taken and is expanding and doing some great things, please do. You'll be very impressed. There's new saltgrass runners running through and starting to fill in. It's really working well.
Looks far better from the front than from the back.
And it's still looking good in the back. It's pretty
Yeah.
impressive the way it's going.
Yeah, but
Very good business.
Oh, yeah.
I sent yesterday, I had to make a bunch of copies, but what we would do, or what the thing we came up with is to, that's north.
You're not an engineer, are you?
Yeah, I know, that's why I've got support, I used to have a lot of support, but at the shoreline, we will put in smooth cord grass, that little green,
Mhm.
here's the statues in the concrete base. Put in smooth cord grass at the shoreline for help with wave protection, and perhaps one of the pilings we put there too. But in the area
Statue that looks like French fries.
nearest the bay, just go up on the bluff, the area closest to the bay here is already got some salt grass growing. It's mowed all the time, but we would modify that with, add some other species to it. And where this little, supposed to be blue, is a very small pond to have a place for birds to water. We want to make it a certified wildlife habitat, just like we did at Steve's. And then a small pond here. And then as we go up, we would change the wetland species to those that are accustomed to not being inundated, called intermediate marsh, but it's not marsh, it's wetlands. But take out the St. Augustine and replace it with grasses similar to that's over at Steve's.
And no more mowing, I understand.
No more mowing. And surround it with, surround the site. We would stop at the two big palm trees that are there to take a look. Stop, just leave those two big palm trees as they are, leave them alone. And then surround it with logs like we have at Steve's to keep the flags didn't work for mowing, but surround it with driftwood logs. So, and, Long had, offered to sometime use his equipment for the, like for the, stormwater filters, the vegetative stormwater filters we're putting in over on Little Bay Shores. And, if he has equipment available, he could make it go faster to remove the St. Augustine and to dig the little pond.
So, let me ask you this. All you guys like is the natives plants,
Yes.
understand that. So, the mangroves grow a lot faster and filterize more water, and then the fish were liked it, all the animals loved it. The freeze about, 2 years ago? It would kill a bunch, but they come back, fast. So I don't see why we can't plant some of those along the shoreline. To me, that's the only one that grows.
You wanna tell him why?
The smooth cordgrass grows in the same elevation zone or as the mangroves, and the mangroves tend to, well, if you
Over.
take a look, yeah.
Over, right,
They
understand
shade
that.
out the smooth
But I
cordgrass,
think to me,
and they freeze.
but they protect the erosion.
They're an invasive species.
Understand that, but see the
And
only
they
thing,
freeze.
I mean,
Yeah. But we
just
put
a
in-
question,
we put-
that's
We
it.
can
I
have some
mean,
mangroves, but predominantly smooth cordgrass is gonna be what is, they don't freeze. Smooth
But I
cordgrass
seen,
doesn't
so
freeze.
what I seen is a while back, y'all put a sample right on the shoreline of Little Bay, and there's a bunch of PVC sitting there, like sticking out like a short thumb, and nothing grow. Y'all plant seagrass, grass there, and nothing grow, and then no one wanna take it off, take that piling off, the PVC out. And then I asked Keith a while back, and Keith said, oh, you have to go to the Corps engineer of permission to pull those pilings out.
Yeah, let's hit that. That is a subject that needs to be hit, and, I have worked on it, but we're kinda out of it right now. Charlie, does this cost the district anything?
Pardon me?
Does this project cost the district anything?
Doesn't cost anyone anything.
Okay.
It's all, just like the stormwater filters, they cost no one anything, except for the people who volunteer. They volunteer their time and then drive there, and I get all the plants and bring all the plants. So like, all those plants I would provide, and a master naturalist would help me install them and, water them for the first few weeks. And then if Long would help, dig a little pond.
Yeah, holiday me,
and help remove.
I'm ready.
So, but no, the cost is everyone who's involved, bears all the costs.
I can get
No,
Martin's out
no
there.
government.
Okay,
I can
Sounds
get
good.
Martin to
any other
sit
questions? Entertain a motion,
So moved.
Second?
as presented, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you guys, and great idea.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you all.
Okay, consider possible action to approval of recommendation by G&W Engineering related to payment number 4 for FEMA project and the CNH bait stand, Cove Harbor bait stand. Ms. Loney?
Yes, sir, in your package, you'll see the amount.
Thank you.
You'll see the amount stated is about 29,000. This is, to complete the contractual amount according to this project. Once this amount is paid, they will get, we can pay the retainage, which is about 9,500.
Okay, explain that one more time for me, I'm sorry.
Right, this is the final payment, contractual payment that needs to be made for this project. Once we pay this amount,
Here, Colonel.
the retainage, which is 9,500, can be paid. And that is, as far as I know, what is finally owed for this project.
I see work to be done, $10,000 in the left column, page 2.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
That is an old, the actual, units that you approved, that was payment number 5, there was 7,500 credit with that, and that fell into that payment. So what happened is number 4 and number 5 payments were issued. I had the information to get number 5 through at the last meeting. I was waiting on information to come through for number 4. I received that a little bit later, so hence why I've actually put number 4 payment onto this meeting. So the documentation assigned at the back of that information that I gave you is old information. As far as I know from the engineers, they've said the 29,000 is what's left. Then you approved the change orders at last meeting, and then once the 29,000 is paid, then we have the retainage, I think it is, which is 9,500, and that is it.
I heard everything you said. I didn't understand any of it. I'm seeing a document here that says there's $10,000 of yet to be done work, and I don't see $9,500 retainage.
That information is old information. It's an old.
It's not up to date.
It's not up to date. Now, what's actually happening is that they're holding payment number 6. So there's 3 payments. There's payment number 4, payment number 5, and payment number 6. Number 4 was the 29,000. Number 5, which you approved last week, which was, there was change orders as well as credit. That was approved last week. That was number 5. They're holding on to payment number 6 until we approve payment number 4.
Okay,
There.
and what's not getting broken up is you have engineering and you have construction, okay? And the change order we approved, correct me if I'm wrong, change order we approved was for the construction, and that's the last payment. The engineering firm holds back typically 10% for the last payment.
Yes, and that's
Okay.
payment number 6, which I hold on to.
And once we pay the engineering bill, supposedly the project's finished. Commissioners Vlasic and Wynn, confirm?
Yes.
Okay, so it's been finished. When we pay the final payment to the engineering firm, they can release the final payment to the construction firm,
Yes.
correct?
So the demolition existing buildings not reimbursed already?
Yes, you approved
Yes,
that
that
last
was
week.
last
Yeah,
week.
remember there was $7,000?
I remember.
Yeah, that was last week.
Gotcha. So that's it?
Okay, turn to the 3rd page in this document, please. And in that, basically the middle of the page, there shows total retainage $9,249. Is that the $9,500 you're referencing? Okay, so we pay them the $29,000, payment number 4,
Yes.
and then we pay them, once they release everything else, we pay them the $92.49.
And
we're
what it
done.
is. Yes.
Understand that?
Them being BLS.
It is GNW subcredit to BLS, yes,
So G&W pays BLS.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
It
we're
says at the
looking-
top there.
So
Okay.
we're looking at 29 and change plus 9 and change.
And then we're done.
Yes.
Understood.
That's as far as,
Now I
they had
understand.
to, they had to explain it to me too.
Okay. I can move that we do that, move approval of paying the 29 in anticipation of a further $9,200 payment for retainage.
Is that a motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll second that.
Anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Hey. Okay,
Number 4. payment number 4.
Executive Director report, Ms. Loney.
Lesson in learning.
There's only one item. I just basically say we've had a very busy summer period. So we've got one more big weekend upcoming, which is gonna be Labor Day, I think, which is the 1st of September, and then our season starts to wind down, and then the Christmas season picks up. Now regarding just a quick update on audit, it is delayed. That is purely on my end. I am covering several different jobs right now, and that's failing on myself. I'm still waiting on some information. Tommy, you asked me to give an update, and I have.
Thank you. That's it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Number 9, Chairman and Commissioners reports. One of the first things I'd like to report on is that today is the anniversary of the 2nd condemnation letter that we received from the city of Rockport. So we have made great strides, and the Stormwater Technical Committee is doing a great job of keeping everything on track there, and we are trying to do the same. The other thing is, starting in September 1st, a new law takes into effect, and we have to be 3 full business days ahead of our
No.
meeting.
The governor vetoed that.
Attorneys?
Is that not correct? Was that not vetoed?
It was, or?
I heard it was. I could be mistaken.
You had my understanding that law did not take effect, is that right?
But my understanding, and I read it in 2 or 3 places online, that it had been including, I went onto the website for the Texas legislature. It was listed as some of the veto items.
Okay.
My understanding that will not take effect.
So I think,
Well, that'd be great. We can keep doing the right thing.
What that would have done would have been increase the lead time for your agenda.
Yeah, you'd have to have it on Tuesday, file on Tuesday.
Right.
So our options would be to do it the week before, and I was gonna say, let's get started, and/or moving our meeting day to a Wednesday to kind of keep it on track.
Yeah.
But let's find out, and we'll go on. That's a
I
report.
feel very sure
Not
about
an
that.
item. Okay. And I think that is it. Oh, I would like to schedule a special meeting on the 13th, which is a Wednesday, that is after the closing of our executive director search for interviews, giving us the ability to possibly make a decision at our regular meeting on the, is it the 16th?
18th.
18th. So,
that would be our interview day.
13.
yeah, the first interview's on the 13th. If everybody can do that, and we'll set that up without objection. Got objection, let me know. Okay, I think that's about it. Anybody else?
What, have the palm trees on the beach ever been trimmed?
They need to,
Yeah, they look bad.
yes, they need
Look
to,
bad.
we're probably gonna be looking at, as soon as we get, calmed down and the season's
Yeah.
over with, we're gonna be looking at finding somebody who can actually go and take a project on. So somehow I think we're gonna have to put that out.
I know, I had,
You gotta cut it from, trim it from
I had
below.
some other
You can bid on it.
concerns. There was a shortage of manpower out there right now?
Yeah, right now, we are guys, that are a little bit short, we've disemployed so many people, so we.
Okay.
Disemployed?
Just,
You like that?
I'm sorry. That's
I heard
what
disemployed too.
Employed, it's
Hey.
the accent.
Said disemployed.
Mark, you're gonna.
Well,
help
is that a
me?
riff or what? Is that a riff? What?
You gonna volunteer or what?
No, I was gonna volunteer you. The other thing that they mentioned to me, that there was a mule, and you answered that. The mule, they need another mule there.
Right now, we wanna look at alternatives regarding the mule. If there's another alternative out there that will give us a lot more longevity, because those mules are looking at about 2 to 3 years, usage, and then we have to buy new. Since I've been here, which is 3 years, we've gone through the fleet at least once. We normally have three mules out there, and we're down to 2. The guys are doing the best that they can, but we're looking at alternatives to see if we can't find something that's gonna give us a little more longevity.
Yeah, they said the truck's a little bit harder to get around when you put them in there.
The truck is the truck. They use that particularly in the mornings. Depending on how big the crowd is, even the mules are difficult to get around. Sometimes you're gonna have to just use your feet.
Yeah.
Depends on how bad the crowds are.
and that's the beach report from Commissioner De Leon.
That's a money
Spoke with
getter.
Charles Potter, the maintenance superintendent, and he says the one unit is down with the mechanical that they think they can fix. He says we don't need anything right now, is what I got from the superintendent, so. Anybody else? Okay. At this point, we will
Mr.
go-
Wynn said he's gonna volunteer picking up trash
At
over
this
there.
point, we'll go into closed meeting. The commission will recess this open meeting and conduct a closed meeting to pursuant to the Texas Open Meetings Act, conduct private consultation with its attorney, and to deliberate real property of the act, and to deliberate regarding personal matters under the act. personnel matters, excuse me. Specific subjects, among others, may include interlocal agreement regarding Concho Street stormwater drainage, grant application to TCEQ, Concho Street stormwater drainage, contracts from legal and related support services. Following the closed meeting, the commission will reconvene into the open meeting, and with that, we will
Address
close
number one.
the open meeting.
Okay.
We're on.
All right, welcome to the open
I'll do that for you.
session.
No worry.
Thank you.
After our executive session, and we will go into our last item, deliberate possible action on the Concho Street drainage and the TCEQ grant background status. Just more of a status report and where we're going with that. And what did you input? What did you say? I didn't hear you.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, okay.
I
Very
think
good.
It's no longer an action item, though, it's just an update.
We could do something if we wanted, so. All right, and Mr. Balmos will pick that up. He's closest to the program, and we'll go from there.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, because it is
Oh,
afternoon. Just to quickly update you on the status of the Concho Street Drainage Watershed Water Quality Treatment Program. The Stormwater Technical Committee finalized the selection of a consultant, Half Associates, to prepare the design for water quality treatment. We've been negotiating that scope of work and contract with them. The final version was sent this morning, which I've now distributed to the commissioners. And it's anticipated that their contract will be approved by Aransas County Commissioners Court on August 25th. So that'll trigger the start of the preliminary design. We'll have a preliminary design most likely to evaluate and consider from them in October. And that'll be a real important go, no-go decision for this body in terms of, is this the right design? Is this the right funding amount? And is it going to accomplish what we hope to accomplish? I also want to clarify that the project that is being developed by Half Associates is focused only on the lower 49 acres of the total 185 acres that drains into Rockport Harbor. The upper 136, so basically everything west of Business 35, is being dealt with in terms of a water quality treatment system by the city of Rockport, who've confirmed they have a grant in place to build a treatment system that will handle all of that 136 acres before it enters into the Concho Street drain system. The schedule I have from them is they'll have a 50% design of their system in November of this year. They'll have a final design complete in March of next year, with the intent to let the project and start construction in April of next year. And that's really the update I've got on Concho.
As far as the grant, does the grant application reference that program to help treat that water?
The grant application is specifically for the water quality treatment elements for the lower 49 acres. And it is intended to, the design of that is intended to work in tandem with the city's project.
Right.
And while there may be some unclear language about that in the grant application, we will have the opportunity to clarify with the grantor, TCEQ, when they ultimately come back and get into the details of it. And this is what always happens with the grant application. When they're interested, they come ask questions and ask for clarifications.
And that's when you amend it.
And that's
Just
when we'll
putting
clarify.
forth how much effort's been put in by the entities to get a solution to this problem, and I know that helps when it comes to getting grants.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I've got. Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Make a motion,
Thank you, David. Motion to adjourn?
make a motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.